Alright, hey guys, thanks for joining and watching this video. If you haven't already, check out my blog. It's on my website, www.promotionchiromi.com. The blog is just kind of explaining what is an adjustment, what's going on, why does it feel so good. This video, I'm going to kind of elaborate on this, and I'm even going to talk about why you can't adjust yourself. So that's what we're going to start off with right here with this drawing that I did showing in red the restricted joint. Okay. When you bend your neck and you get a couple cracks and pops here and there, what's really going on is you're just getting the joint space above and or below. But you're not actually getting the restricted joint space itself. With a chiropractic adjustment, it is joint specific to the restricted segment itself. That's why the chiropractic adjustment, it feels so much better than you just cracking your own neck, right? After you crack your own neck, it still kind of feels like it's there. All right, so we're going to dive into this being like, why can't I do that though? So with a joint range of motion, you have active range of motion, passive range of motion, and then you even get into something called periphysiological space, which is actually where the adjustment occurs itself. So a good picture, an example, active range of motion right here is shown by you just giving the peace sign, right? Passive range of motion, to get even further, would be you taking your other hand and pushing it out. Now to get to the periphysiological space, that's where you start needing someone else, aka a chiropractor, to get you to that periphysiological space where the adjustment can occur and should occur. So with the active range of motion, then you go to passive, periphysiological space. Now what I didn't mention is after periphysiological space, what's there? That is what you call the danger zone. So danger zone right here, this is where you have like whiplash from a car injury. So you don't want that. That's when you go too far and you start damaging some ligaments, tendons, joints, etc. Okay, so we're going to talk more about that in a second. I just want to come down here, talk a little. So this is a very simplified version of the neuroanatomy of what occurs with an adjustment. So you have muscles and joints, and there's two pathways from the muscle and joint to the brain. And we're going to just call one pain and one balance. Okay, so the pain one is your nociceptors, the balance one is the mechanoreceptors or proprioceptors. I talk about that more in my blog. So when one goes up, the other one goes down. Okay? And when you're in the joint range of motion, for active range of motion, you have some mechanoreceptors, right? Passive range of motion, so we'll just say like 1. Passive range of motion, you have more. So we'll say like 4. And the periphysiological, this is where you actually start to have a lot of the mechanoreceptors. So we'll say like 20. Okay, so what happens is during the adjustment, you come in, you're in back pain, right? We take you to lockout and we perform the adjustment. You're in the periphysiological space. What happens there? Pain signals shut down because you are flooding the brain with the mechanoreceptors, which is the balance. So balance meaning this is like your body's awareness of space and time. So when one goes down, the other goes up. Pain signals are being override by all these mechanoreceptors, and that's why a lot of the time after you're adjusted, you have pretty much pain-free for a good amount of time. I mean, everyone's different. Some people, it's a couple minutes. Some people, it's weeks. Some people, it's months. It just really depends on who you are. That's just kind of explains why this feels good. It's because you're literally blocking out the pain signals, and you're flooding them out with these balance signals. So a good picture right here is kind of showing you hitting your funny bone. Okay, this is a great example. What do you do when you hit your funny bone? Well, you start to rub it. Okay, why is that? It's because you're activating the mechanoreceptors in that area. They're overriding the pain signals. Okay, it's just as simple as that. So back to this is kind of explains why soft tissue work and stretching, you know, like massages and all that, that's why they feel good, right? Because when you're getting those, you're moving. You're going from active range of motion and they're stretching your soft tissue and fascia to the passive range of motion. So you're activating more of these mechanoreceptors and decreasing the nociceptors, the pain receptors. Okay? So, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, comment, or email me. I'm here and to answer any questions.
Say you never let me go. Deep in my bones, I can feel you. Take me back to a time only we knew how.